So I'm working on the second outside panel for the column. Learning from my mistakes, I have not put on the brace pieces yet. So this is clamped down, it is drying, and I want to do some calculations. Where do I need to put my shelves? So I've decided I need the bottom to have a kick plate, I guess you'd call it, and a little ledge, just so it looks nice and it's clean. This bottom shelf is going to be solid, whereas the upper shelves are all going to be that prairie style slatting. This is solid for two reasons. One, so I can put braces underneath, because I'm going to have about 12 gallons of water sitting on one end of it, and I want that extra strength. Second reason is, then I don't have to get down in there and try and clean all the dust bunnies and cat hair. So 2 inches for my kick plate, 3/4 of an inch for my shelf thickness. That leaves me with 60 inches. Oh, sorry. My first one here, my first shelf the bottom needs to be at 21 inches plus I'm calling it 3 inches down here, 2 3/4, but we're gonna go 3, give me that 1/4 inch of clearance. Because my tub is 21 inches tall with the tab with the top open. I need to be able to get that top open to do water changes, to add nutrients, clean it out, things like that. So 3 plus my 21, I've got 24 inches. That leaves me 5 feet or 60 inches up to the top. The top of the bookshelf is going to be built the same as these. So it is 20, 40, 60. Well, it's 0, 20, 40, 60 is the top from this bottom shelf. That gives me about 18 inches above where the surface of the NFT tray is going to sit. And that's about right. For the lights that I have, 18 inches is going to be a good height. So we'll get this planed, we'll get it varnished. I'll put the support pieces on the back in places that won't interfere with my shelves. Buy some more lumber and start working on the shelves themselves, which is going to be interesting because that's going to need a whole lot of measurements because of how my other column sits. So, designing on the fly, engineering on the fly. This is what DIY is all about. So I'm going to be building the posts as a square column. Okay? And what I want to do, just for effect, is, so it's going to be a 1x6 and it's going to be a 1x4. And I'm going to set this front back 3/4 of an inch. Just get a nice sort of shape to it. Now the problem arises when I get to the corner. So I've got here and here, I've got a 90-degree corner, and I still want that 3.5 inch gap in there, which means my board's going to need to be wider. How wide? That's the question. So, I don't know if you can see this real well. I've got some scrap 1x6, piece of 1x4 that I have set back 3/4 of an inch by just taking a spacer and holding it up there. Okay. How do I get in there to measure that? Becomes the question. Well, what I've done is I put a piece of paper down on the work surface. I got my square. I put my 2 pieces in there so the correct angle. I put this in so it's the correct 3/4 of an inch back. And now I'm simply going to draw on the paper where the inside of these boards are and where the long edge of the front panel is. Then I can extend that out, put my tape measure down onto the piece of paper and get my measurement. So there, there, there. And this piece on the top is just to keep it from doing that. So, if I extend my line out, and I'm just going to make these a little darker. So this is what I get. And this measurement is how wide I need my board to be. And that is 6.5 inches. I was going to say 7.5, but I started with the 1 so that I don't have to worry about my little tab. That is 6.5 inches. Means I'm going to need to buy a 1x10 or 1x8. Do they have 1x8s? They got 1x8s. I'll buy that. So, moving along.